Hey, David, you know what makes our show great?
What's that, Kevin?
No ads. You know what would make it better?
What's that, Kevin?
Ads.
What if, and I'm just spitballing here, we do ads for independent creators at reasonable rates?
How reasonable?
Overly. How about $2 per episode pre-roll?
That is almost too reasonable.
Might as well go for it. Let's send everyone to the contact page for Supernatural Selection.
SupernaturalSelectionPod.com/contact?
Exactly. Just have them scroll down to the Advertise With Us section for more information.
That sounds great. Now let's record the ad.
Kevin,
Yes, David?
we just did.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin the Bastard. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Pretty good, I guess.
Okay.
Got nothing in the tube for that question.
Okay. No smart stuff, no sketches, just doing okay.
Doing okay.
Doing okay.
A little tired.
Same.
A little gassy.
Always. And we've
A little
got...
hungry.
Yeah? I thought you ate.
I did,
Okay.
but I'm paying.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is really fucking with you this week.
Yeah, I swear that pyramid, yeah.
Well, yeah.
And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you this week?
Well, I'm trying to solve the mystery of how I cut my finger open on a toaster.
Dude, you want a mystery? I've
Okay.
got like a 4-inch scrape on my stomach, and I don't remember how I got it. It could be a cat thing, you know, how cats will, gently scrape you when you're
Oh, yeah.
look at them funny or hold them, but I don't remember it happening. It's one of those things. It's like you look at it, it's like I should remember that,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it. And at no point did it hurt. So it's just like I was abducted and aliens did a C-section on me for my turds. I don't know.
Okay, I wasn't going to bring this up, but since you have mentioned that, the very same day you found that, I have a triangle scar on my leg and my hemorrhoids started acting up. So you do the math. I think we had a mass abduction in the house.
Well, it's got that kind of dotted line look, so there's unbroken skin between parts, so it's
Okay.
definitely just a scrape.
Well, I do have a weird triangle on my inner thigh up near my grundle, and I have butt problems.
Well, both of those could be attributed to one explanation.
Age.
No,
What?
you got freaky with it.
I did not get freaky with it.
Yes, so you say.
I did not. So, it's a weekend weird. But we've got announcements.
For us, every week's a weekend weird.
That's really true, but we've got some announcements. First off, we have a new patron again this week. Let me get the name pulled up. Big shout out to Mr. Andrew Richardson, friend of the show. Huge shout out. He is now king of the Patreon. And thank you, Andrew. That's Darth Plato. And thank you so much. He does Flagged for Content, a fun show about flags. I was on there. He just had Dave Ross, comedian, on there, and he's had several comedians, and I need to get back on there and defend my title as funniest episode.
Good luck, act against professional comedians.
Yeah, but I'm riffing on flags hardcore, so you know
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I'm just saying it might be a bit of an uphill fight.
Maybe. We'll see. So
And-
thank you, Andrew, for your donation. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the bonus content. And if you would like to hear bonus content yourself, you can head to new simplified URL of patreon.supernatpod.rocks. It is just that Simple.
Welcome
Or-
to the world of tomorrow.
Yeah. Futurama reference? Check. All right. Mike, you were going to say something before I interrupted with the spiel.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't think I had anything. I think you're making that up.
Okay, well, I've got a fun little personal thing here real quick. I'm sitting next to a Christmas present that Gage got me. I don't know if I mentioned this. I have a Chia Cthulhu head
Oh,
that I'm going to start growing this weekend.
And watch the cats just annihilate it.
Well, we looked up the cats. It's safe for cats. Cats normally won't eat it, but our cats
Are
have
weird.
learning disabilities, and they will eat it.
No, they don't have learning disabilities. They're just dumb.
Okay, that's fair. They're dumb.
I'm gonna go for the low hanging fruit here. Mm-hmm. Cthulhu. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. It was
No,
itching
no,
in the
it
back
had
of
to
my
be
head.
done.
Yeah.
It had to be done, and I'm glad you did it.
Thank you.
And I just love that the package does have chia
Madness.
trademark. It has trademark logos all over it where it says chia.
Madness.
So it's the weekend.
In the
weird.
sprouts of
In
madness.
the sprouts of madness. Oh God, it's Christmas in England with Cthulhu. What is it with the British eating sprouts at Christmas? I feel like next time we do a Christmas episode, that should be on the episode.
Well, I mean, you look at their cuisine, and I use that in a very...
Oh, that's a loose term.
Yeah, that does a lot of heavy lifting there. I mean, when your cuisine is so bad already, I guess you look forward to anything.
Like toast sandwiches.
Christmas squash. I don't
Yes.
know.
Hello, would you like some Christmas mush?
Maybe it's sprout harvesting season right before, the winter.
Maybe.
Outside of Wickershamshire.
Wickermeshamshire. That's near something Dale and Bumbleyshire, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You live there, you make a terrible sauce out of anchovies. You're all good.
If you lived here, you would have hung yourself by now. So, let's get into some news, shall we?
Sure.
Stop making fun of the British.
Yes,
Never.
especially since I'm about to read from the Daily Mail.
We haven't had fun since the Queen died.
That's true.
All fun was made illegal.
All fun is illegal. So, thedailymail.com, this is actually one I had bookmarked from before I went in the hospital. But I still think it's kind of relevant. Exclusive. Pentagon ordered to reinvestigate 1945 crash of mysterious avocado-shaped UFO dubbed the Roswell before Roswell, as expert reveals eyewitness accounts of the encounter.
And that's why I can't afford anything.
Yep.
That damn avocado UFO toast.
Damn straight. Yep. Do you put cream cheese or mayo on your avocado UFO toast?
Why the fuck would you put mayo on it?
Why would you not put mayo on everything?
Wait, don't you also do the peanut butter and mayo sandwich?
Yes, and we don't kink shame here, remember?
Okay, that's... You know what? You do you, man. You do
Well,
you.
you have to realize we're from the South. Mayo
that is-
goes with just about everything
And
in the
that,
South.
man, peanut butter and mayo is like a straight up ghetto-fied, we are living at the bottom.
Yeah,
That is one of those
definitely-
things.
I'm pretty sure that's one of those Great Depression era,
Oh,
comfort foods.
That's right there with a slap sandwich. You know what a slap sandwich is?
You slap two pieces of bread together?
Damn straight.
Yep.
Yep.
What?
That
I'd
is
rather
a-
just eat one piece of bread at a time.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely peanut butter mayonnaise sandwiches are definitely sitting in the kitchen watching roaches crawl out of the clock kind of food. Anyway, this article, the government's UFO office has been ordered to reinvestigate an alleged 1945 crash of a strange object in New Mexico dubbed the Roswell before Roswell. A new military spending bill signed into law by President Biden last week, again, this was in December, was specifically amended to incorporate the intriguing case into a historic review of UFO incidents to be conducted by the Department of Defense. Jacques Vallée, former contractor for the government's UFO office and the co-author of a book on the 1945 case, gave an exclusive interview to DailyMail.com about it. Vallée, a renowned scientist and UFO investigator, was the inspiration for the French scientist character in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In his interview, he described the alleged August 1945 crash of an avocado-shaped craft on the edge of the atomic bomb testing site near San Antonio, New Mexico. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Does that sound right to y'all? Is there a San Antonio in New Mexico?
I don't know. I'll look that up.
Okay, please do. About 100 miles from the infamous Roswell crash 2 years later.
Now, when you say avocado shaped, is it like a full avocado or is it like a cut avocado and then the seed is supposed to be like the little dome where the UFO dudes are?
Okay, actually, looking at the illustration, it looks like it is a cut in half avocado with the giant seed in it.
Now, are they sure it wasn't from Mexico? Because avocados come from Mexico.
I understand that, but metal in that size, unless it's the De Bordo de Advertizo El Avocado, it's probably a UFO.
All right,
you know, did we have avocados before 1945 here in the U.S.?
I don't know. Are you trying to say they retro-engineered avocados from a UFO crash?
I'm saying, you know, they could have gotten the spores from there and, you know,
oh my
grown
God.
locally.
Oh, great. Okay, so avocados are basically the seeds of...
They are weird if you think about them.
They are, but are you trying to say they're alien testicles?
Could be. I think they're alien babies.
So, like, the seed will just grow into a gray.
Yeah, but we eat them when they're... Just like, you know, chicken eggs, we just eat them before they're done.
You know, we got a friend at work that peels avocados like oranges and just eats them.
I wonder if he eats the center.
Well, we do think he's a skinwalker, so that's possible.
Oh, this guy again.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. We love him to death, but he is so easy to be a target, and he loves it. Like, he is all on it. So San Antonio.
Yes, it does exist. Mm-hmm. It's south of Albuquerque, but it is very close to the northwestern tip of the White Sands Missile Range.
Okay, so that fits in with what you talked about.
It's sitting on Highway 380, and 380 is the northern border of the missile range.
Okay, well, there we go. Good to hear. I just, you know, I'm used to San Antonio, Texas, so I got a little concerned.
Well, you know, there's a lot of places that have this. There's only a finite amount of names that we could steal from.
Sure,
you know,
from the Spanish,
from Spanish, indigenous, or other places.
America's
so young, we just named things after things we liked.
Well, come on. We have there's a mountain in California called Montevideo, which is Spanish for I see the mountain.
Yes.
We ran out of ideas very, very early. So, all right, Vallée, and I'm quoting from the article, I was not involved in the drafting of the legislation, but several of my D.C. friends were, and they got the date of the investigation pushed back to 1945, Vallée told the DailyMail.com. Several of the congressmen involved have the book that Paola Harris and I wrote about our research at the alleged crash site called Trinity. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you know what they call a UFO investigator with friends in Washington?
What's that?
A disinformation agent.
Oh, I was going to say, what, dead? He got suicided. No, Vallée and Italian UFO journalist Harris's 2021 book, Trinity, The Best Kept Secret, was re-released this year with new information and is mainly based around testimony of 3 witnesses, a B-52 bomber pilot, and 2 young sons of a rancher on whose land the UFO supposedly crashed. So yeah, it basically goes on to talk about that, and I'm not going to go into it. I'd rather people go out and buy the book if you're interested. I will say that the 2 young sons are now in their 80s.
So not so young anymore.
This dude has a tooth, and I'm willing to wager he calls it Chopper. So we're talking about some folks that are definitely just charging toward the grave. So I would definitely read the book while there's still a going concern. So I just think it's interesting anytime there's a government investigation into something and Jacques Vallée gets involved. I'm always kind of interested, you know?
Yeah, he's one of those figures where it's like I don't know if it lends it quite credibility, but it's
Well,
interesting.
It lends it credibility in the sense that Vallée is more credible than some.
Yeah.
He's definitely, it's kind of like Stanton Friedman. Or, God, I hate to say John Keel, but John Keel. I would sit up if John Keel were alive and investigating something now, you know. But he's definitely... I trust him more than I would trust, say, Zach Bagans investigating a ghost. How's that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, Mike, what do you think about the idea that there was a Roswell before Roswell?
I mean, I guess. I mean, the odds of the first thing being the first thing you know of being the first thing ever are pretty low.
Yeah. Well, that's like, Betty and Barney Hill were the first, international stars of UFO abduction, but, like a year or 2 years before that, there was the Villas-Boas incident where the guy got picked up and borked by an alien chick.
Oh, yeah, and then when we did the Men in Black 2 episode, we had Mount Rainier with the...
the
like a month
Arnold.
before Roswell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's interesting. I know there are a lot of theories that the reason they kept crashing in New Mexico is because of radar from all the military bases, and that for some reason radar fucks with the ships.
I thought you were talking about Radar O'Reilly.
Oh, yeah, no, they put him in a catapult and launch him at the UFOs. And him and his teddy bear smack into him.
Oh.
And then Colonel Potter just standing there sees it and goes, "Mule fritters." But Mike, what's your take on the entire crash thing? This is not something you know about from me. You know about Roswell from lots of things.
Yeah, I've done some reading and some.
Yeah,
just cultural.
I think you and me both think the weather balloon story is a cover, but we don't really believe it's UFOs, aliens.
I mean, it's hard to say whether or not the weather balloon is a cover.
It seems.
I mean, it probably wasn't a weather balloon, but it probably was a balloon payload of some form. That does seem possible.
Are we talking about Skyhook?
Well, they were using balloons. So at that point, they really had no satellites.
No, I understand.
So balloons were used a lot in military reconnaissance.
Yeah, and I mean,
just other things. And, other than just weather, they were...
they were listening for atomic explosions and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and,
I understand.
For having higher altitude, antenna for trying to receive, broadcast. So, they used antenna, or used balloons, for a large number of things.
Right.
So, there's no telling what it was. It probably was some form of secret project, and the weather balloon... Okay, so the weather part of the balloon was a cover story, but probably not the balloon part.
Right. I don't know that I believe that either, but that's me. I kind of feel like there's a really interesting story about Russia somewhere in here that I feel like if we do a Roswell episode, I want to go over the Russian thing.
I mean, it's so in the middle of the U.S. that it's hard to say it was... I mean, I don't think it was anything other than a U.S. piece of equipment.
Are we sure it wasn't an avocado?
It could have been a large flying avocado.
Here's the thing. I think that this first 1945 crash is where we got avocados. The second one was the Taco Bell Mexican pizza.
which is back, by the way, and I'm so happy about that.
You know, all of our Taco Bells have a sign saying, "Yeah, you ate them all."
That's because they're
I'm
good.
like, well, you know, I'll never know.
Oh, that's sad.
So I guess. I mean, you know, I'll live. Yeah. What do you think about it? What do you think, Crash David? And you know, avocado's a valid answer.
I want to believe UFO, but more than likely it was probably a couple of Operation Paperclip Nazis goofing around with a balloon doing an experiment, and the U.S. wasn't quite ready to admit that we had brought over a bunch of Nazis over.
Now, are you implying that they were having an airbound tryst and crashed?
No. I mean,
he's just meaning,
you can imply that. No,
Okay,
I think it was a thing.
I think there was buggery afoot, which is fine. I just think they did it in the air to not get caught.
Like, if they want to have the Schnitzelgruben, that's fine. But but no, I think it's it was something like probably there were a couple of I don't know how early it was revealed that we had started bringing over former Nazis and probably still active Nazis through Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, so, let's not get into Werner.
Yeah, like some of them they did a lot of really good PR for, but like I'm sure there was like there was probably the dudes who were doing like balloon experiments and they probably crashed, and it's like, okay, well, we got to cover this up because we don't want the public to know that we're working with the people that we fought.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna put it out there once again. My personal theory is it was like a Russian War of the Worlds psyop, but we're gonna get into details on that during a Roswell episode. So. Well, that's my first one. Mike, what have you got next?
So, I have two separate articles on the same thing.
Okay.
Which is that was about a week ago or so. They, damn cat, leave me alone.
Which cat?
Ginger.
Oh, of course.
Here,
sorry,
attention.
She loves Mike, guys.
Yeah. So, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released their annual report on UFO or UAPs, yes.
Yeah, that's great. I'm still going to call them UFOs. I don't give a shit.
So, in this report, reporting incidents over the last 17 years, there's 510 reports. 350 of those 510 were since March 2021.
Woo!
So a large number of them are within the last, year.
Now, do we think that is because the stigma is being lifted from reporting?
Yes. I mean, it probably is because of, more relaxed reporting criteria.
And the fact that, you're not going to get called a nutcase because you saw a Tic Tac?
Yeah. I would think that. But it is pretty significant that there's, 60% of them were the last year of the last 17 years.
That's interesting. Now, here's the other thing, is that again, is that the floodgates opening on the reports, or are we seeing the beginning of a flap?
And of course, so I didn't realize last time we talked about this, but this number is only Navy and Air Force pilots.
So this is just pilots.
This is just military pilots.
This isn't even like airlines and civilians. Holy crap.
Well, I mean, it says service members. I'm assuming most of them are pilots.
I mean, that could be ground crew and radar operators as well, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say more likely, radar operators. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So, and of course, these are all through official government channels.
Mm-hmm.
So, of these 510 reports. Let's see, there was a breakdown somewhere in here.
I'm really interested in seeing how this new sort of American glasnost with UFO reports goes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, it really does kind of feel like when the Berlin Wall came down almost, because it's like, Look at all this stuff coming in.
Yeah, just, a whole lot. But anyway, so of them, 163 of the sightings were classified as drone, debris, or, quote, balloon or balloon entities.
Okay, now can I ask why the word entities is in there? Being a Fortean anomalist, I am curious.
Balloon or balloon entities. Yeah, that is a weird phrasing.
Because that
Is that like a
sky jellyfish.
Is that like the balloon Pokemon?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Drifloon.
Yeah. No, this is
Yeah.
straight up atmospheric, biological atmospheric creatures.
And
Fortean stuff.
Yeah, and a handful of events were explained by weather events or birds.
Sure, no, that tracks. There have been some very weird looking clouds
That
that have been
still
reported.
leaves about 171 sightings, which they really don't have an explanation for.
And
This
they didn't notice any avocados.
No avocados. Well, they're unclassified, so there's not an avocado classification yet. So.
Now, fortunately, there is a bacon classification, so those are not in the mix. Sky bacon is definitely not in this list. So, I'm really super excited about this. Because, again, that like 117 you're talking about, man, that is what got Alan Hynek to go, we got to actually look into this.
So in the quote from the official report does say they are U.S. Navy and Air Force aviators. So there are people in planes.
Which I think is fantastic because they're fucking up there.
Yeah. Well, so you do have to, this only says the ones that are classified as actual, objects, I guess. What the object classifications are. Some of these there's a really famous one. I think we talked about it before about the infrared tracking camera.
The gimbal footage.
Yeah, the gimbal footage.
Mm-hmm. Or what they call the Tic Tac. Well, the Tic Tac and the gimbal footage are two separate things,
Which,
right?
What it is aside, like, it could be anything, but the thing is, just because of the trajectories of the object and the plane and the moving of the gimbal greatly exaggerates its speed and change of direction.
I will openly admit a lot of this stuff you do have to take into account the fact that you're dealing with a moving object, from a
moving platform.
Yeah, a moving object seeing a moving object. So, yeah. I totally get that. That's
car wrecks will show that people, can greatly calculate how a thing is moving in relation to them.
Oh yeah.
So, especially and the greater the speed, the more disconnect there is between what you think is going on and what actually is going on.
Right.
So, but it doesn't say, how these things were witnessed. Were they, from the canopy, or were they through, electronic means like a, gimbaling camera or even radar? Doesn't say anything about that. So there's a lot of unknown information here.
Right. And, they have that information, though. So the 117 is what I'm interested in because it's stuff that they're like, I have no idea what this is.
And the other thing is that because it's in a military aircraft, there's possibly a lot of data. Like I said, if it was a camera, they have footage of that. If it's, just something they saw out of the cockpit, they still know, the location of the plane, its heading and its speed and everything. And
now, don't they have some cameras hooked up to the pilot's helmet, so whatever direction they're looking, the camera's looking?
It depends on the plane.
Okay.
So some planes,
but some of them do have that.
Yeah, the F-22 and the 23.
I don't want to F the 23.
Have that, but older planes won't. Like your,
your G.I. Joe Sky Strike.
Well, those are retired. That's the F-14. I was a airplane nerd as a kid. But
you used to be, you still are as well, but you used to as well.
As well, yes. But no, but modern, and of course, if they're like cargo planes, which the majority of military aircrafts or boring ass, cargo planes.
C-10s
And
and
I say
stuff like
boring
that.
ass, but they're not. They're
not-
basically glorified airliners.
They're not sexy.
Yeah, they're not sexy, and they're not as sensor laden.
Yeah,
So-
no, they're the big things carrying things.
Yeah, they're carrying important stuff,
Yeah,
but they're just not as they don't have to see and identify things the way your
Right.
fighter jets
Yeah.
do.
well, I'm really looking forward to hearing more about this, Mike. Please.
As long, hopefully they'll say more about it. 'Cause
Oh,
so
yeah.
far it's they just half of it. They went half of it's still unexplained.
Which is way better than what I thought we were going to get, which is it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all pelicans. Just fucking deal. You and your
Well-
fucking pelicans.
Well, and here's the thing: what is a cargo plane but a giant metal pelican?
Oh yeah,
That's true. It's basically the mouth of a pelican with an engine on it.
especially the C5 Galaxy where the front opens up wide.
Oh,
and the mouth-
you're right.
Yep.
Wow.
the C3 Globe. Well, the Globemaster I don't think opens the front. I think it only opens the back end.
You know what?
Put things in the butt.
Before we move on from airplanes, I just want to say somebody in one of the Discords I'm in posted a picture of the Concorde. And you know how the Concorde's nose could go up and down? Mm-hmm. They replaced it with that super thin white dog head that's going around on
Yeah,
the
the droopy nose
Yes,
dog.
yes, it's just
Oh,
one
really?
of those heads on the Concorde. And I freaking lost it.
Yeah, the C3 only has a back door, so
Okay.
back door entry only.
Booper. Mm-hmm. Booper planes.
But the C5 can get it from both ends.
Ooh, finger cuffs.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mike, for that. We'll be keeping an eye on UAP information as it comes. David, what have you got for us today?
Okay. My first story is a little bit of body horror for us.
Oh, God. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so this is from
Sitting here with this
futurism.com. Article title is Man Claims He Woke Up Partway Through Spine Surgery.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read this article. It's a short one. But
Yeah,
yeah, feel free to
it-
chime in as we go.
Okay, it ends with screaming, right? I mean,
I don't know. We'll find out. Let's find out together.
Well, I'll make a comment later. Go ahead.
Yeah. A provocative court case rests on a fascinating question: whether or not a man's recurrent nightmares were evidence of medical malpractice. As the San Diego Union Tribune reports, Randy Dallow claims that in his case that went to court this week that since getting spinal surgery for a cervical disc issue at UC San Diego in 2017, he's had recurring nightmares about waking up during the procedure and believes that they're evidence of exactly that. In the vision that may or may not be a real memory, way to pick a side, futurism, Dallow, whose wife Karen worked for the UCSD hospital for 30 years, including as a surgical tech, recounts waking up with lights in his eyes and people in hospital gear all around him. While it's quite rare, the American Society of Anesthesiologists say that only 1 or 2 out of every 1,000 people put under anesthesia will have any kind of awareness at all. This kind of thing does happen, though thankfully fewer people remember it. Though the hospital denies that Dallow woke up during his surgery, gee, I wonder why, the man's case is emboldened by his wife's discovery that soon after the procedure, the supervising anesthesiologist had his license suspended.
whoa.
What's more, the anesthesiologist had apparently been found unconscious on the floor of a bathroom in the hospital with vomit on his scrubs and empty syringes containing the anesthetic sufentanil surrounding him.
Sufentanil.
Sufentanil. Okay, yeah. See, I don't know. I don't go to hospitals. They're evil. Okay.
No argument from me right now.
Okay, so needless to say, this situation is messy. In addition to the
Yeah.
hospital, Dallow's suit also names the anesthesiologist, UCSD's
That's
former
fair.
head of the anesthesiology department, and a nurse for allegedly covering up the doctor's addiction, falsifying records, and lying to the couple about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yeah, I've got like three more brief ones here. Okay.
Okay.
Lawyers for the hospital said that although UCSD neither denies nor condones the anesthesiologist's theft of the facility's drugs nor his use of them on the clock, they can prove via the operating room's sophisticated metric system that Dalla was under anesthesia the whole time. Defense attorney David Weiss posited that Dalla's dreams are not evidence of intraoperative awareness, the technical term for waking up during surgery, but rather could be an example of transitional awareness, the often fuzzy state people find themselves in when coming out from under anesthesia. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's wild.
So I got a theory about this, guys. Mike, do you want to go ahead with what you were going to say?
Well, I was gonna say, at first I thought something, but then it turns out being more of not actual spine. Because I was gonna say, with most nerve surgeries that I've heard of, you're awake because they want to check, function
Can you move your leg?
while they're doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this sounds like it was more of a kind of like spinal fusion type.
Right. This is a
surgery.
back. It is spinal surgery, but it's technically
nerve.
back surgery.
More of like,
Yeah, like what I might need
But
eventually.
I was gonna say is that, well, maybe it's not as common as I thought, but I always thought that, it's not that you were unconscious during most anesthesia, but it's that it mostly blocks you remembering. That I've heard a lot of medical people say, you'll like talk and look around and stuff, you just won't remember shit.
Sure. I mean, like, I started coming around when they were doing an endoscopy thing when I was in high school. And I do remember trying to cough the camera out of my throat, and they had to put me back under.
But did you sue them?
No.
Okay.
No, because they had to be very... This was that time I had the ulcer and almost died from blood
Yeah.
loss, so they had to be
geez.
careful how much anesthesia they gave me. So I totally understand why they're like, don't give him a full fucking dose. It could kill him. So,
Yeah, you were fairly low on blood.
oh, yeah, no.
So,
I
yeah, you
need.
couldn't-
I
they
had
couldn't-
like 1 pint of blood running around trying to keep me alive.
That's
so.
the thing about anesthesiologists. Yeah, they have to.
There's
you know,
math involved in
Yeah,
this
they
shit.
have to like figure that shit out.
Yeah,
it is a science.
Yeah, blank
So-
parts per million.
So, I can say yes. He definitely, especially feels like, getting high in his own supply, probably was fucking up.
Oh, yeah, no, this
But
dude is
to say they
definitely
lied,
fucked.
so did this guy like go, "Hey, is your anesthesiologist on crack?" And they're like, "No." He's saying they lied to him about the status of him. It's like lying implies that you asked about it and they said no, because otherwise, not bringing it
it's-
up is
this
not
is-
exactly lying.
Yeah, this is
it?
not lying by omission. This is just omission. But my other thing is, I don't know that this is a real memory. I think dude had some
Yeah.
nightmares
I mean,
based on it, and
and so
it
there-
just happened to be there were
Well,
some problems at the hospital.
So you're aware of a lot of things even when you're asleep or unconscious. So I mean, I think it would be more of a reconstruction in his mind of the surgery, because they said he was. They say he was he worked at the hospital, right?
His wife did.
His wife.
His
did.
wife did.
I mean, so he probably knew something, but yeah,
Sure.
I mean, I would say it's probably subconscious recreation with some, latent memories.
Now, one thing I'm going to go with here is, you know what this kind of reminds me of?
alien abductions.
I was going to say alien abduction. You will be shocked. And I'm not saying all alien abductions are fake. Mike, don't get me started.
I'm not saying
Let's
they're
not
fake.
let's
I
not
never
ha-
said they're fake.
I know. But let's not discuss the reality of alien abductions. What I'm saying is the mind can, like the Newkirks prove this. They put a guy under and recreated an abduction experience. And when you're under anesthesia, you're very susceptible to suggestion.
Now, Mike, did you ever watch that clip? Because I know we had talked about it, and we had both suggested you watch that because it was super interesting.
The Newkirk clip.
Yeah.
I'll find it and send it to him.
yeah,
It's I don't know that we actually did. I think you and me talked about it on the Patreon episode and never actually got around to telling mine.
I could have sworn we mentioned
we
it
talked
to him,
about
but,
it. Y'all
like, the word
talked about
Mike
it.
was in the conversation at least.
Well, I've been out for a bit, so my brain's a little fucked.
But yeah, I don't know where to find that. So
I'll see if I can dig it up. It's really interesting. It is of. I do kind of agree with some of the critics on what the Newkirks did about. I don't know that this is okay.
Yeah, no, it's a very kind of like sketchy thing. Like it wasn't their
Yeah.
intent, but when you think about the implications, like, oh Jesus,
Yeah,
oh God.
this dude had went through some shit for what was essentially a joke, and but it's a good example of the human mind taking a prompt and just running with it. And I think maybe that's what happened. And it just so happened that it happened to a dude in a surgery where the anesthesiologist happened to be shit.
yeah, I mean the guy was obviously not.
Yeah,
and he
no.
could have, and it could have been that he had more awareness because the guy
dude fucked it up?
maybe shorted him a little bit to, he basically was shorting everybody a little bit to,
Give himself some.
take it for himself. Yeah.
Like, one for you, one for me. Two for you, 1, 2 for me. Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm more of like 95 for you, 5 for me.
Yeah. Have you
Still
ever
an
been
incredibly nightmarish scenario.
It
Oh, yeah,
really,
I mean, it is. It's horrible.
Really is.
But,
My mom woke up in the middle of an operation. Like when they were taking a kidney out.
Oof.
And they're like, oh, shit, and had to put her back under. But that's because my mom was a medical mutant, and stuff just didn't work on her. So, which I kind of feel like we need to do an episode about her.
Our first cryptid we're related to, apparently.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to call it Wrath of the Lich Queen. And,
Do we have an exorcist we can call?
oh, God, I really kind of, never mind. So... Have either of you actually been under anesthesia before?
I never have. I've not had any major surgery.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've
that
had
was you
my
knocking on
gums
wood, right?
numbed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean like
Yeah,
some
but
dental work,
but I've
Yeah.
never been like rendered.
put under.
This
Yeah,
this was my second or third time, and I don't know. It's apparently I just get really chatty and friendly.
A lot of people do. I've seen lots of clips of people coming out of anesthesia.
Oh yeah, no, they
and
because
like being happy as hell and sharing everything.
all the nurses are like, "You are such a nice person." When I come out, and I'm
I guess
well,
it's
that's
like
good to know.
guess it's like being drunk and it like lowers your inhibitions. And,
Yeah.
well, and I've had a thought about that, and we could talk about it another time. But it's like that. Have you seen the clip of the girl that's sad because she can't give blowjobs because she had dental surgery and can't do it for like 3 weeks or so?
Mike, have you been watching hotel documentaries? What
No,
are you talking
it's
about?
great. It's this woman. She's like,
Okay, because I'm sitting here, like
She's
you
like
say
in her
girl, and I'm like,
20s.
oh, is this the one with the little girl in the back seat
No.
where she's, and then you say
Did you-
blowjobs, I'm like, wait,
did you
No,
find this
she's
on
a
a
woman.
website that has the word hub in it?
does
No.
it have Alex Tate involved?
maybe no.
Justin Roiland?
No.
Okay.
But no, she apparently her mom took her to the surgery because you have to have someone drive you when you're putting you.
Yeah, no, totally.
Under. No, it must have been sedation dentistry or maybe major
Right.
work. But anyway, she's coming out of it and she, the dentist is telling her what she can and can't do and like no, whatever kind
blowies.
of foods, how long. But no, she says no using straws for like 3 weeks. And she's like, no, I can't suck. No sucking on anything. But what about blowjobs?
Oh
She's
my
got
God.
like gauze in her mouth.
Oh,
It's like,
God.
And the dentist kind of laughs. It's a female dentist. And she's like, no, not that either. It's like, Mom, I can't do blowjobs for 3 weeks. It's just the mom starts laughing. It's like, but she's like very, very, what's the word? Awkward, not awkward. Embarrassed. There we go. Embarrassed.
Yes.
Like, honey, don't say that. No.
How am I going to
But
pay
I
for
want-
college?
Come on.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's just hilarious. People seem to be very sharing.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're basically...
And maybe that sharing might be your anger.
I feel like it basically, if you're a car, you've been taken out of the driver's seat, but the car's still running. And then, like, you slowly get put back in the driver's seat, and you're like, or it's like you took a vacation from work, you come back, and it's like, I have no idea what's going on in here.
Yeah, I mean, and there could be some really good research on consciousness done with that, but it sounds very, very immoral and unethical.
Oh, no, we're going to have to find some Germans to do that with questionable morals.
That's the bad thing, is that there's a lot of tests that we could do, but they're super unethical. We could find out a lot of things if we just kind of like take those morals. I'm not saying we should. I absolutely should not. Morals are what, keep us from being monsters.
Are you suggesting we need some people who are just following orders here?
No, I made my disclaimer there.
Okay.
Morals keep us from being monsters.
But if
for some reason we didn't, there'd be a lot more knowledge gained, because unfortunately things can't be learned easily if you are ethical.
Are you saying that maybe we should surgically attach twins to each other?
I'm saying kidding. We should do anything like that.
Thank goodness Andrew Tate didn't get a medical degree.
I swear to God. Oh boy.
I'm just saying that luckily there are some lines we do not, for the most part, don't cross, but it also holds us back in some ways.
In
the same way that, not letting child mine coal holds us back from completely exploiting a coal seam, because their little bodies can be shoved in smaller cracks.
Now, Johnny, we're going to send you in here with a pickaxe, a candle, and a canary. And just let us know if there's anything good in there.
Well, the canary died like 3 weeks ago, so
you're the canary. Is that why I'm wearing yellow, mister?
Your small body will succumb to the carbon monoxide before anyone else's.
Yay! Oh, my God. Thank you for that, David. That's actually, it is a very thought-provoking article.
Yeah, no, it's super interesting and also, like, terrifying. Like, I would lose
that's
my
like
mind.
The number one nightmare of people that are going into major surgery is, will I wake up?
Yeah.
The number two one is, will they do the wrong thing?
Yeah, no, when I went in, when they were putting me, I barely remember them putting me under this last time, and I was just like, I hope, number one, I do wake up after this, but I also really hope I don't wake up during this. Like, that is a nightmare.
It's funny you mentioned, like, will they do the right thing? Because on the sidebar, there was another article about a surgeon who was carving his initials into organs.
I've heard about that.
I've heard about, like, ones where, like, operate on the wrong leg.
Oh, yeah, where they, like, remove the wrong leg or something, and then they die of gangrene or something.
Someone writes, to make sure that doesn't happen, writes this one on it.
It's Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg.
The waking up thing kind of does remind me of Alien.
Oh.
Where,
the thing popping out of your chest.
Yeah, it's like, oh. If you woke up to, like, open heart surgery, it's like, oh, fuck.
This reminds me of that Kids in the Hall sketch where the guy pulled up his shirt where Scott Thompson is playing the dude, and he pulls his shirt up after the operation, and the surgical scar is a swastika. And he's just bitching about, you have put a symbol of hate on my belly. And it's like, well, we could go back in and put like a little circle here and a couple of lines, and now it's a happy man running. And then he calls a nurse, and it's like, nurse, give this man 30 cc's of drugs. What kind of drugs, doctor? Heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, love that sketch.
Yeah.
And it's the inept doctor, the one that is just caked in blood constantly because he's so bad. It's funny when it's a sketch show, not so much when it's a news article. So, I've got my last one for the night, which is from Smith. Miss Petite Bar. It's from.
Have you been doing the heroin?
I have been. It's from Smithsonian Magazine, and unfortunately, it's from 2016. But for some reason, it's making the rounds again. Gentlemen, are you?
What the fuck was that?
Nothing.
Mike drinking podcasting fuel?
Juice.
Juice.
Podcast juice.
Podcast juice. We need a shirt of that. So, are you guys familiar with The Boss?
Bruce Springsteen?
Not that one. The largest structure in the universe so far.
Bruce Springsteen.
Astronomers discovered a wall of galaxies 1 billion light years across, larger than anything else yet identified in the cosmos.
You're still describing Bruce Springsteen.
He's not... Okay, he's big, but he's not that big.
His ego is.
Maybe. The English language has a few limitations. One such problem is describing size. Words like big, humongous, and immense don't come close to describing the objects astronomers are discovering in deep space.
Have they
Boy,
tried
don't I
really,
know it.
really... Dang it.
What's that?
I said, boy, don't I know it.
I was going to say, I was saying, have they tried really, 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 really fucking big?
Not yet.
Oh, there you go. I gave that to you guys.
Thank you. There are definitely no words to describe their latest find, dubbed the Boss Great Wall, which is a super cluster of galaxies over 1 billion light years across, making it the largest structure observed in the universe so far.
Jesus.
The
Huge.
Boss...
Huge. Gonna make
Sounds
Mexico
like Trump
pay for
named it.
Yeah, it's tremendous. The tremendous wall. So, the Boss is named after the Baryon Oscillating Spectroscopic Survey.
God damn these nerds and their freaking acronyms.
I know. An international effort to map galaxies and quasars in the early universe, and is like cosmic webbing. The wall is made up of 830 separate galaxies that gravity has corralled into 4 superclusters connected by massive filaments of hot gas. Joshua Sokol reports for New Scientist.
Hot gas in your area.
Yes, actually, give me a minute and there will be. This creates a twisting superstructure that resembles a cosmic honeycomb. And there is a photo, and it does kind of look like the honeycomb hideout for God.
I know it's not the one you're talking about, but
Mm-hmm.
it still counts, and I'm holding it against you.
What?
You said superstructure.
God damn it. Okay, fair. On the grandest scales, this is a quote, on the grandest scales, the universe resembles a cosmic web of matter surrounding empty voids, and these walls are the thickest threads.
Thick, ropey webs of matter.
Oh, God, you made it weird.
Of course
You know what?
I make it weird.
It sounds to me like it's protecting the anti-life equation from Darkseid.
You know, I was thinking it sounds like the Wheel of Time, but sure. You know, the fabric of,
Some
of
nerdy
our
shit.
lives. Yeah,
Some nerdy
something
shit.
involving
Insert nerd crap here.
something that will not get you laid.
Well,
Dot
you know,
text.
I've been to conventions. There's a lot of girl nerds nowadays.
That's true. So
Just have to shower.
lurking 4.5 to 6.5 billion light years away, the Boss has an estimated mass 10,000 times greater than our Milky Way, and recently described the find. That doesn't make any sense. Sky News explains that the Boss is 2/3 bigger than the previous record holder, the Sloan Great Wall, which was discovered in 2003. It also dwarfs both the CFA2 wall, discovered in '89, and the Laniakea supercluster, the neighborhood where our own Milky Way resides.
Was this found with the Webb? James
No,
Webb?
this is back in 2016, so it was the Hubble.
Oh, that's right.
most
You said it was
likely, yeah.
2016.
But God, who knows what we're gonna find with the James Webb Telescope? But this is
Gonna
still.
find just the thickest, ropiest superclusters.
What if we really are just God spoo?
Probably.
I mean, that makes as much literally the Big Bang.
No, it's more of the big sock.
Oh God, that's why it's bell-shaped. It's just a sock,
Oh no.
a cosmic cum sock,
Oh God.
which is better than a cosmic poop sock.
That
I
sounds
guess.
like a good name for a band.
Cosmic
Cum
cum
Sock.
sock.
It really does sound like,
You like a
some
nerd?
crust punk.
Nerd punk band.
Yeah, crust punk with nerd influence.
No,
David,
not crust, just nerd.
I don't know, man. A cosmic cum sock's gonna be crusty.
It sounds like something I'd play on the Mutant Hours.
It really does. I kind of hope you can find something like that and do that. Holy shit. I would listen to that band.
Anybody want to start making electronic music under Cosmic Cum Sock?
Well, I do actually have, what's it called? Used to be Fruity Loops. I think it's FL Studio now. We could do this. And every song is going to end with,
No.
and every song is going to have a build up to,
No.
it's going to be great.
That
That
add
article
that
was
to the soundboard.
Okay. All right. Jason, this article, by the way, was by Jason Daly. He's a Madison, Wisconsin-based writer. Good article, really fascinating. I wanted to have like a serious space one for once. And Jesus, this thing is beautiful. It's just amazing. The idea that we're the only life in the universe is blown away by looking at this image.
Yeah,
I
an
mean-
episode about the scale of space would be really interesting. Just like how fucking weird space is.
It would end with suicide of all three of us, I think.
No, because I bow down to my cosmic insignificance.
Billions and billions of intrusive thoughts.
No, even if there's only...
Oh my God. That's great, David. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Mike. I really didn't want to let a Carl Sagan committing suicide joke slide.
Yeah. But even if there's only one intelligent civilization per galaxy,
That's still 830 right there.
that's still just the number of... I don't even know, how many galaxies do we know of?
Well, 830 in this one.
Oh, my Samsung Galaxy is pretty smart. Wow, Kevin did not like that.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I did a dumb joke.
Oh, no, I heard it, and I'm just trying to pretend I didn't. Okay, Mike, according to Google, there are about 125 billion galaxies in the observable universe.
Okay. So that's the number I couldn't come up with. So that's 125 billion sentient species.
Just even with
That's-
one per galaxy.
Yeah, that's what, 10%? Like if you convert that to people,
Oh,
it's
Mike.
like if
Okay, my bad. That's old data. As of last year, we're at 2 trillion.
whoa, really?
Yeah, 2 trillion galaxies within the observable universe.
Well, okay, so a lot of those are old, may have been
Yeah, may
have
not be there
died, but-
anymore.
Yeah,
Eaten
even then,
by the star goat.
but even then, that's still a shitload of civilization.
It's insane.
And I would posit there's probably, on the low side, several dozen
Now-
intelligent species per galaxy.
How many are coming here and probing?
Zero, because
No.
because unfortunately the speed of light equation sucks
Wormholes.
bad. Oh,
Wormholes.
Farscape that shit.
Farscape it.
but then we would see wormholes. Wormholes are not like something you can hide. Although I did read some shit about naked singularities today. That sounded badass.
It sounds like the Red Shoe Diaries, but for NASA nerds.
Well, no, a naked singularity is basically a black
Sounds hot.
hole, but because
No
of
accretion
its,
disk.
Well, no, because of the electrical charge. There's basically a tipping point where the electrical charge of a black hole, basically the amount of not really amount of electrons, but basically, think of a black hole can accrue electrons, and electrons are just electrical charge. That's what electrical charge is.
No, I get you.
But when a black hole has a certain amount of electrical charge in proportion to its gravitational field, it has no event horizon.
So you can just see the singularity.
So you can see all the weird shit that goes on. Unfortunately,
it's just clowns fucking at the center of a black hole.
The existence of a naked singularity breaks a lot of
The laws of physics.
laws of physics, yes.
Okay.
So it may not actually exist, but if it does exist,
We're wrong.
We're wrong about a lot.
We're
of shit.
wrong about everything.
Well, guys, you know what? If you don't clean your accretion disk, that's how you get a black hole.
That is true, and that is why you should buy wipes.
Or just, use soap, motherfucker.
Hey, here's a question. It's completely unrelated to anything before we move on to Mike's next one. When you take a shower, do you, scrub your legs, or are you one of those savages that just lets the soap do it?
Oh, no, I scrubbed the legs.
Okay, because, the people that say they don't scrub the legs, I'm like, you filthy ass.
Yeah, no. It's
No, they probably got a filthy ass, too.
Soap is not what cleans you. It's the scrubbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like saying I just rinse my plates off.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, no.
What's wrong with you? Sorry, we probably lost half our
I
listeners with that.
I've got a massaging shower head for a reason.
Oh,
so.
yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
We just got one. It's great.
It's one of those things where you find out people do weird stuff that you didn't expect.
Well, it's like it's not as bad, but it's kind of like finding out someone wipes their ass with their bare hand and doesn't wash.
Well, some cultures do that. But,
Okay, well, those cultures need to be
I was going
obliterated.
to say it's more like the people that stand up to wipe. I'm sorry if you're one of them.
No, look, I got a bad back.
Yeah, but it's easier on my back to stay sitting down than to try to stand up.
I'm not going to have this discussion, but
getting real
I go
here.
through a 2-part process.
Or those weird freaks that put on one sock, then one shoe, then the other sock and the other shoe.
I don't do that.
I mean, not sorry, put on sock,
Do
shoe.
people do that?
I do that.
I do.
I have socks on
Bullshit.
and then I put
Bullshit.
shoes
People,
on.
nobody is that sociopathic to put on one sock.
I lift one leg
shoe.
up, put a sock on, and put a shoe on it, and lift the other leg up and put a sock on it and a shoe on it.
See,
Which uncle touched you? Why?
So you sit there. So if you have bare feet, you lift up one foot, put a sock on. Lift up the other foot, put a sock on. Lift up that same first foot,
Yes,
put the shoe
because that's
on.
normal.
And lift up the other foot and put the other shoe
all
on.
right, look, can I just say,
I am being efficient.
look, I have socks on before I come into the room where my shoes are.
This is starting from a barefoot starting point.
Yeah,
This
and,
is on
yeah,
barefoot
well, I
premises.
still am going to put socks on, then shoes on.
and I'll put the socks on, and maybe I don't put the shoes on right away. I just want to
I'm
keep
saying
my feet warm. It's
you got out of the shower. You are barefooted, and you have to walk out the door in the next 5 minutes. So when you
Socks,
sit
socks,
down,
shoes,
for that.
when you sit down, you're going to put on both socks
Yeah.
and shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. People are weird.
Okay,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
Mike, it's 2-1. I
people
don't
are
think
weird.
you're the weird. I don't think we're the weird ones.
I'm going to let the audience decide that.
Yeah,
one.
okay, yeah. Contact us or comment in our Discord. You can find it at discord.supernatpod.rocks and join us there. What do you think? Do you do sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe? This is important. The future of the podcast may depend on your vote.
Either way, someone's getting
Podcast
punched.
over. I can't work with sock, shoe people.
Mike, I hate to tell you this, you probably work with nothing but.
Oh, come on. I can't be the only one.
I think you should ask our boss at work and
I'm
find
going to ask
out.
Holly. Holly, what do you do? Do you put sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
Depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Oh, wow. Wow, she swings both ways. Hang on.
Bye.
She's bi-footed. Okay, that's
yeah,
weird.
you're bi-footed, apparently.
Oh, I'm buying
Okay,
something.
interesting. Well, look, please get to us. This is important. Contact us at contact.supernatpod.rocks or discord.supernatpod.rocks.
I will make a poll for this immediately after we air
Please
this.
fucking do. This has to be settled.
Pinning that shit and everything.
Okay, yeah, no, paying everyone on the server. So, let's move on before this.
This determines if Mike gets to stay.
No, it determines on if this podcast continues in this format.
Screw you guys. I'll start my own podcast with blackjack and hookers.
Forget the blackjack.
No, forget the podcast.
Okay, let's move on to your next one, Mike, while we're still together as a crew.
So, moving on from that startling revelation.
God, this is like playing Monopoly.
that
You never
I'm
know anyone.
Apparently, the want of being efficient is freaky for some reason. And not wanting to lift my legs double the amount of times necessary.
Dude, I have
a serious
I'm
question
not having
for
this
you.
discussion.
Oh, this
Okay,
hurts.
what's a question?
What
Mike?
do you know about contrails?
No, I know that there's a lot of people that are frightened of clouds. Mike.
Okay. Now, is that when you get the skin marks in your underwear after walking around a convention all day?
No, those are blast marks.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so we're talking about the clouds. Got it.
Yes,
Talking
the
about
thing
the
planes,
things that you see a plane and a clear sky fly overhead, and there's
Oh yeah, the things
trail
that are
line.
poisonous.
Yeah, no, they're full of like what is it? They said lithium boride or some shit,
I think it changes by the week.
or nanobots, or COVID, or the stuff that gives you
Turning the frogs gay.
what's it called? The Longellan's disease, where you have like fibers in your skin that
What?
no one says exists. No, it's people's like they itch and then they look and there's like red, blue, and green fibers coming out of their skin.
Are they Spider-Man?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Look it up. Look up the weird. It's like Margellan's disease or Longellan's disease or Magellan's disease. I don't know.
Legionnaires?
No, that's the thing when you drink out of an air conditioner. It's completely different.
This one's gone off the rails pretty bad.
Yes. Look later. All right, folks. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna need to go to YouTube and look up contrails fiber disease, and those are gonna tell you what you need to know. All right, now that I'm done being Alex Jones, Mike, what can you tell us about contrails?
So, contrary to fringe beliefs, contrails are, what
Water vapor.
What jets leave behind. When a jet burns jets burn a lot of fuel. Let's not beat around the bush. Jets are fairly heavy, not heavy.
They're
So,
polluters.
They're
because
polluters,
up
and
in
as
the air.
an individual vehicle, they pollute a lot. But if you look at it per passenger mile, they pollute less than your average car.
The difference is they have a broader range of effect because they're higher and it disseminates over a wider area.
Not really, but
Which is why they're turning the frogs gay.
yeah. But turns out that they have a higher environmental impact than we originally thought.
Wait,
so just
what?
doing the raw CO2 calculations, like I said, per passenger mile, I think they're the best, least polluting thing as far as raw CO2 goes.
Right.
Because while they may burn, I don't even know the numbers. It's like in the thousands of pounds per hour or something like that.
Yeah, it's something
of fuel.
ridiculously high.
But they're carrying, 200, 300, 400 people per plane. So when you divide that out, it's not so bad.
I'm glad you didn't say they're carrying them comfortably because
of course not.
They're not.
Especially in the case of Ryanair and Spirit.
Yeah, Jesus.
But it turns out that just the raw CO2 emissions isn't their biggest problem.
Really?
Just the actual act of having contrails can help warm the atmosphere. The contrail acts as a cloud, and clouds trap solar
Greenhouse
radiation.
gases.
No,
and
not
so-
greenhouse
oh,
gas.
Oh, sorry.
Water
the
vapor.
solar yeah.
Water
okay.
vapor itself is a greenhouse gas, but there's not much we can do about water vapor. And I think on the whole, water vapor is usually not as bad. Like a pound of water vapor in the air is not as bad as a pound of CO2. But the airliners are apparently, with their contrails, are 57% more global warming contributing than originally thought.
Jesus.
So yeah, the contrails are bad. So, but there is some good news because you don't always see contrails. Right?
No.
They're not always there. It's only when the plane's flying through certain atmospheric conditions. Yes. So there is a entrepreneur who's trying to create basically rerouting planes. You think about it, they're just well, if this atmospheric condition is favorable to contrails, we'll just fly around it. Of course, it depends on how big. If it's like a supercell that's super big of the right conditions, which I'm assuming it seems to be very cloudless skies. So it's probably a very high pressure, cell of atmosphere. But flying around it may not be possible. But
Right.
But if you reduce that by, a significant amount, I just find it interesting that contrails are bad, but not in the way conspiracy theorists thought.
They're right, but in the wrong way.
They were almost right.
Almost right. So,
Contrary to the controversy, contrails. There you go.
Can contribute
controversy.
to
We'll figure out a headline for that at some point.
Celsius conflagration.
Yeah, something good that will fit on a t-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about that just kind of, man,
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
messed up.
Man, I don't want you to be right. Even though you're wrong,
I'm
but
glad-
you're right.
Yeah, I'm glad you're wrong, but like you were so close to having a point. Oh, man.
Well, yeah.
It's just fucked up, man.
Another T-shirt right there.
That's just fucked up, man.
man.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of shirts, I do plan on bringing back the BRB Charging McChrystal shirt soon.
Yeah,
'Cause we
I
need
pitched a
that.
couple ideas.
Yeah, no, I love the ideas you pitched. I don't remember them offhand, but you've got some really good ideas. So, David, what have you got for our last story of the night?
Well, we have a new Men in Black sighting.
Really?
Yeah, so I got this from the Coast to Coast AM website.
Hell yeah.
This is from Tim Banal. And Massachusetts couple report seeing Men in Black following odd UFO sighting. And this was published on the 17th. So,
Okay.
in a strange case out of Massachusetts, a couple suspect they may have been visited by the infamous Men in Black following a particularly odd UFO sighting. The weird incident reportedly occurred last month in the city of Boston and was relayed to the National UFO Reporting Center by the brother of one of the witnesses. He explained that a few weeks earlier, his sister and her boyfriend had watched a YouTube video about astronauts allegedly seeing UFOs. On the night in question, they went outside to smoke a cigarette around 2:30 in the morning, and during that time, reflected on the conspiracy theory as they gazed up at the moon. So that's already a summoning ritual right there.
Oh, yeah, no, you're
yeah.
definitely summoning the tulpa.
Yep. Within less than 5 seconds of talking about that out loud, the woman's brother said, the pair spotted a puzzling orb that was, quote, so bright the light illuminated their faces as if in the presence of fireworks. According to the witnesses, a peculiar UFO ascended silently into the sky while emitting spark-like elements before disappearing from sight. The timing of the curious sighting was not lost on the couple, as the woman's brother reported that they were, quote, they were pretty scared considering the fact that just seconds before the UFO appeared, they were talking about alien encounters. They felt as if whatever it was had heard them talking about that and wanted to prove their existence. It was more than just a coincidence. Now, however, the couple's experience became even stranger around an hour later when they went back outside to have another cigarette. Yeah,
Addicts.
that's smokers for you.
Yeah, I was going to say they keep saying cigarettes, but maybe they mean something more.
Sheesh.
It was then that, in a seemingly silent manner, a black sedan SUV pulled up across the street, and out of the vehicle stepped a man dressed entirely in black. This individual, the witnesses say, began to stare at them, and they soon noticed that there were two more people in similar attire standing at the end of the street. That pair of mysterious strangers were reportedly swaying back and forth as if they were trying to make out who or what they were. Eerily, the troubling trio simply silently watched the couple until the pair became so put off by the experience that they ran back inside their house.
Let's rent a black SUV and get some suits and just stare at
It
people.
does kind of sound like if you, me, and Mike had a sedan and a flare gun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, another note is apparently the facial features appeared to be, quote, all blurred out despite their close proximity to the couple.
Again, it did not say they were smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, so,
But,
again, like,
that's interesting. This is the first modern one I've heard in a while.
it's a good encounter. It's a good encounter.
Oh, definitely.
Like textbook, man.
It is definitely a textbook, we're just going to weird you out kind of thing, because they're inept at everything they do. I have never been scared of the Men in Black.
Yeah, they can't even wear faces properly.
Yeah, they can't wear faces. They don't know how pins work. Have you heard the story about them eating Jell-O with their hands?
That just sounds like a Men in Black for you.
I know. They just sat there. They went in as like sat down in a diner as like waitress says, "What would you like?" And one of the Men in Black just goes, "Food." And she's like, "Here, have some Jell-O then." And she just watched them like mush it up and try to shove it into their mouths.
I'm just imagining like Agent Smith from
Men in
the
Black.
Matrix.
Oh yes, no,
It's like
yeah.
food. And just missing his mouth, just like Hugo Weaving, smearing it all over his face.
Oh, that's great. You know, I'm going to tack on one thing I read this week and forgot to mention. There are more sightings of the Mothman in Chicago around O'Hare. It's ramping up, David.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like something is happening.
Something's going to go down in
Maybe it's
in
just like the
Chicago.
result of the collective weirdness of like the pandemic and everything like that. But
Well,
like
you know-
there's something is opening up.
something's happening, and Mothman is like really in the public zeitgeist right now, like Mike said last time. And I don't know, we might be unintentionally summoning him, and somebody's gonna get their ass eaten at a Denny's in the Chicagoland area.
We can only hope.
And if you have your ass eaten at a Denny's by Mothman, please call us.
Yeah, contact us at
Just some dude named Mothman.
Leaving Mothman.
Oh no.
Mothman and Mothman and Johnson, attorneys at law.
I like that there's two Mothmen in that
Yes.
practice.
Have you been injured or killed in a cryptid-related incident? Oh, God.
Oh boy. So yeah, a Men in Black sighting for us. I think that's a good way to kind of wrap that up.
I have to say, you know, if there are Men in Black, why haven't they come at us yet? Come at us, bro.
Yeah, come at me, man. Okay, actually, there was that dude that came in the store that time when me and were there.
I wasn't there that day.
Oh, my God. Dude came in and was like, dude. It was... God, it wasn't long after we did, like, off-the-rack assholes. A dude came in that just looked like a spook. Like blonde hair, nondescript face, you know, sunglasses, black suit. He's back at the cooler, doesn't get anything, walks up. And, you know, we're like, hey, what can we get you? And dude goes, hello, yes, I would like to purchase some alcohol. And I'm like, what? Okay, what would you like? Some bourbon? Yes, please. And I just grabbed him something and he bought it and left. And I look at and like, there's a fucking Man in Black. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, apparently you sold a bottle of bourbon to a Man in Black.
Good. I'd love to see him get out there and fucking rub it all over his face because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with it.
Did you ever watch the show Gravity Falls?
I'm familiar with it, and I've seen a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Mike, you saw the whole damn thing, right?
No, I saw a lot, but I don't think I've seen the whole run.
It reminds me of the genetically engineered boy bands who don't know how to drink water.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's kind of like that.
Kevin
Yeah.
wasn't there that day, was he?
No, yes, he was. Because Jacob was like at the other register. I was like, did you see that dude?
Should I not have said his
No,
name?
wait. Is
I'll be.
the Skinwalker?
Yeah, we'll beep it out and I'll cut some of this.
Oh.
Yeah. But, he was there at the other register. And I turned around. I was like, did you see that dude? And he's like, no, I didn't.
No, I totally didn't see him.
No,
I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
my
that.
cousin at all.
I didn't see my kind. No. No, what gets me about him is his knees bend like the aliens in The Arrival, the Charlie Sheen movie.
Yeah, they not quite backwards, but yeah, his
They
knees are unnatural.
hyperextend the other way, and he just stands like that, and it's off-putting.
Looks kind of like a bird man.
I'm gonna shut up about that. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you have seen a cryptid or an entity
Or if you're a man in black,
or whatever, if you want to get some off your chest like that,
a
contact
person,
us.
a person in shade.
a person in suit. Contact us again. Contact.supernatpod.rocks. I'm so glad I got domain forwarding set up. This is so much easier now.
There's no women in black pantsuits, are there?
Yes.
There are.
Yes,
I've
there's a
never heard.
whole fucking book about it Nick Redfern wrote called Women in Black. I plan on reading it so we can do an episode about persons in black.
Oh, there you go.
Are they like hot in a very nondescript way?
Some of them are hot in like a Queen of the Damned kind of thing.
Okay, don't really know what that means, but
Well,
okay.
like, like a undead kind of, sexy vampire lady, kind of like pale, weird, like, imagine like an undead Zooey Deschanel.
So goth.
Okay, you need to shut up right now.
Oh, are you getting a fetish now?
No, but
It's certainly an attractive
Mike,
idea.
were you
isn't it?
disappointed when they did that like fake Pornhub search result thing and they had like goth hospital and it was trending and you found out it wasn't real? Because I was sure upset.
I wasn't
Yeah.
upset, but I thought it would be hilarious if that was a thing.
It would have been hilarious, and also I wish it was real.
Next week on Goth Hospital.
See, that sounds more like a weird Gen X soap opera.
It really does. Kind of like that one I came up with that I never got to put in mailbox called All
But
My
here's the thing about the
Feels.
goth hospital: you always have the cure.
Oh, that is so bad.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, you know what? For that, you have to do X.
Oh,
now.
I want to do a ChewTube update.
Oh, ooh.
But before that, I have a separate update.
Yeah?
So we talked a couple of weeks ago about in one of our previous Weekend Weirds about the Area 51 raids.
Right. Yeah, the
guy
dude
that
that
was
got
raided.
his properties raided.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not much of an update because nothing has changed, but
He's dead.
He's done a couple of like interviews with people, and he has never been charged with anything.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that in the last
Yeah, still has not been charged. So if he and his name Joreg Arnu.
Jorig Arnu.
Joreg Arnu. Jorig. Joerg. Very interesting.
Jorig
name.
Bob Riggs.
But a 60-year-old retired software developer. So they
Nothing but
basically
time on his hands.
he had two properties that were raided. One he was staying in, one his girlfriend was in. They took all the electronics out of both locations. He only has a heavily redacted warrant.
Right. I
So
remember that.
he doesn't even know exactly what they're charging him with.
Right.
But never arrested him, never, questioned him. And I mean, honestly, even some of the experts that are more, serious minded are like, this just sounds like they're trying to send a message.
Yeah, no, it's real sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, it's still to have now that there's no, the good news is though he's lawyered up, and he started a GoFundMe to help cover legal costs and the damage caused by the raids.
Right. So what's he doing with that $35?
Yeah. Well, don't see how much is raised so far, but hopefully he can get some justice, because that's just kind of bullshit.
I'm with it. I fully support him in this.
I feel that if he actually, so the speculation is that they at first it was that he had maybe trespassed to take pictures, but he says he does not even go out. Like, all the pictures on his website were from third parties.
Right, yeah, he collected photos online.
But yeah, he never really went out himself much, even though he lived in the area. And two, what was the other thing? That he collected things, and it's to send a message
to other people and just to kind of scare him off. Right. No,
it's kind of, gross if that's the case.
Yeah, no, it's a gross.
And
yeah.
He also says he doesn't hold it against the agents themselves, because they were just at the behest of
thanks Obama.
Yeah, but the FBI and the Air Force personnel, they weren't. They didn't decide to do this.
We were just following orders.
Yeah, the analogy he uses is being mad at the gun when you should be mad at the person that pulled the trigger. So he's just like, whoever sick them on him,
right,
for bogus reasons, because obviously if he had done something wrong, you think by this point they would have charged him with something.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Even if it's just like disappearing him, like if
it was serious, he wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
to complain about it.
Sounds like, to not to get tinfoil hatty, but that they are sending a message.
Yeah. Well, let's keep an eye on that one and see what happens. So,
the other thing, that's right. The other thing is maybe they were doing it to hopefully find something, a fishing expedition. So maybe he had some dirt that they could use on him.
They were hoping there was child porn.
That does unfortunately sound like a viable, or anything even, but that would be the most, not incriminating, but, damning.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. About to get pee-weed.
But yeah.
So, that being said, let's get on to something a little more light. David, you said you had an X article for us.
Well, I want to do YouTube first.
Okay, yes, sorry, my bad.
It's been a while since we checked in on Alex, so
how's he and his dolls doing?
We're going to talk about that a little bit. Last time we had talked about that video about why I always urinate inside a bottle and never pee in the toilet.
I can't do it. I have not been able to make myself watch it.
Did we get a good explanation? Was it just he likes
I watched it once, and I'm never going to. I'm never going to watch it again, because when I saw the bottle and I saw the bits,
sediment,
the sediment,
the stains,
the chunk, his piss could clog a toilet.
Well, I'm sure it's like that was old piss.
Like I don't imagine he rinses it too often. I think he just pours it into, I don't know, his backyard and then just rocks another piss. Anyway.
He drinks it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and, it's been about 3 months, 3 wonderful months. So I'm going to read some of the video titles.
3 wonderful months of us not watching that video.
I still think we should watch it and do a live commentary for a bonus episode. Anyway.
Right, but okay, we get another $10 patron.
Someone chip in an extra $10 so we can do a live riff of the piss video.
I've got $10.
You get us $35 a month, and we will watch piss tape.
Okay,
basically.
So I'm just going to read some of the titles because that was fun when we did the Alex Chu second episode. I was just reading the titles, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, no, they're great. Let's go.
His immediate video after the piss video was all right. Do you remember the men going their own way thing that he was talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
So the first
Yes.
video is men going their own way. Men buy children's toys as they abandon women. And from the preview, it seems to be him in a toy aisle, which is a terrifying notion.
Oh my God, I don't like the idea of him near children. to be
Yeah, so
honest.
that was the first video. Next, he has another video. Alex Jones's Sandy Hook verdict explains why Chinese government hates lawyers.
What?
What? Wait, could you read that one more time so my brain can parse that?
Yeah, of course,
I don't
my
think
friend.
it can.
Alex Jones's Sandy Hook verdict explains why Chinese government hates lawyers. It's pretty self-explanatory.
That's-
It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know what you guys are having trouble with here.
That's like two logical fallacies wrapped up in bacon, right there.
It's like the double down of nuts.
It's like it's literally like the worst kind of filet mignon.
Okay, well, okay, maybe this is more our speed. Hot air popcorn machine review. Great for asthma and cost effective.
What?
Okay, what's with this guy in non sequiturs?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Indeed.
okay. Well, okay. He has, let's see, short men should just settle down with a sex doll.
Okay. Sure.
Wasn't there a song about that? Short men should just settle for sex
Maybe.
dolls.
Okay. Then we have from a month ago,
Show man.
what foods trigger asthma attack?
I think he has asthma.
Dust.
You think his rings would protect him from it.
Well, there's only so much the power of
You know,
chew
what he's
can
going to do is he's going to buy air fresheners and then he's going to market it as some sort of respiratory thing on his website.
Wasn't that one of the things his ring said it did was cure
Cure
asthma?
Cure asthma. Yeah, that was one of them.
God damn the
All right,
shyster.
2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Can't
Hey,
even
we have some growth. We have some growth here. 2 weeks ago, I was wrong about the silver trend.
Oh, that's amazing that he admitted that at all.
He started turning blue.
No. He was talking about investing in silver because of China,
Yeah.
right? Because everything he
I thought he
does
was
is
talking about
because
like
of
colloidal
China.
silver.
Oh God, I would love to see him get on colloidal silver. That would be amazing.
And his most recent video was 4 days ago. Prophetic Dream. These are always fun. BBY, which is Bed Bath & Beyond, will skyrocket to the moon in March. And
Oh God, I bet he's a
and his
crypto
expression on his face in the thumbnail looks like he just he's feeling it, man. He's just so happy. I'm gonna send you a picture. He looks like he's thriving in his element here.
bro. The fact that he used to the moon, which is a frequent crypto
Diamond hands.
thing. Yeah, I think he
you
might
go.
also have crypto holdings. Oh God, he looks like he's like
He's having one, man. He's having one.
orgasming there. He's like
Did you post a
I
link?
posted in Host
that's
Talk.
in the host chat.
Okay, good, because I can't seem to get to his
Yeah,
channel.
you can't even Google it. You
Oh
can't
my
Google
God.
it. I think Google is actually fucked with the algorithm, so you can't get to him.
Actively, yeah. Wow, that he's I'm having one. Poppy. Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
bad.
God,
So-
that's something I don't want to think about.
So
either,
just
is-
I want to do a
is
nice
him
little Alex Chew update for
finishing.
Yeah, you got any other interesting
us.
titles? in there?
Not since the piss video.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I figured, the asthma thing is something I've not watched any of this craziness in a while. I think I hit my limit with the piss jug, but yeah, I still check out occasionally what the titles are and just kind of smile, nod.
Right.
About
Oh
all you
my
can do
God.
is chew.
I'm looking through, and it's. I still love that he's got the Darth Vader Castle theme soundtrack Rogue One Star Wars video where it's his version.
That apparently they stole from
his
him.
cacophonous. Yes, his cacophonous version that sounds like everything wrong in the world.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yep. Okay. I can't wait for. Also, the video where he talks about silver will drop to $12 and rise to 34. The screenshot used for that just looks like he's about to sneeze. So everybody head to his channel and check that out. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So, that was fun.
So, yeah. It's good to go back and look at our friend before we do another video. So, what have we got? Because, what is X going to
Okay,
give to
I
us
just got a
this
little
week?
bit of a simple one here. Nothing major. The thread itself isn't great, but I love the question. So
Okay.
the thread image is a depiction of Apollo, the Greek deity.
The Greek god. Yes.
Hanging out with his nips blasting, with his little harp and his little laurel, blonde curls, that sort of thing. The thread subject is Apollo. Now the question is how to deal with him. So, gentlemen, let's figure this out.
How to deal with him?
Apollo, how to deal with him.
Apollo, he was the god. What was he the god?
Sun god.
Sun god?
Yep.
Yeah, drove the chariot.
Just stick the moon god or goddess.
Someone
in front
already
of
has the best answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and post it for you in host chat.
Okay. It is.
Yes,
can I
please.
describe this? It is a POV shot as if you were playing a first-person shooter with a hand holding a 9mm. I'm guessing that's a 9mm Glock.
Yeah, it's very Glock-like.
It's a Glock pointed directly at the sun, and just says, "I've had enough."
Yes.
That's the best.
So a lot of the
answer.
responses are
how-
people simping for him.
They're simping for
Yeah.
the sun
He,
god.
one response is he cute. Another is he's the most cute of the goods.
Of the
yeah,
goods.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just I love this non sequitur. Mortals is morals with a cross. Get it?
Oh god.
So yeah, I just figured, how would we take on Apollo? How can we defeat him?
Seduce him.
I would fill a fire truck full of SPF 100 and blast him with it.
Maybe make a big disc like they did in Springfield.
Oh, yeah, basically.
Mr. Burns, that shit.
Mr. Burns, yeah. How about you, Mike?
I said seduce him. Just,
Oh, you just
Yeah,
fuck him.
it's not hard to
what was the
seduce a
name of
Greek
that?
god.
The woman agent that seduced people.
Ooh, holy synchronicity.
Are we talking about Matahari?
Yes, Matahari.
Yes,
I couldn't remember her
Matahari,
name.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come when you think about it, I mean, he's got to be hot,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
He looks like a twink in that photo that they uploaded. He's a twink. He's a
Oh,
twink.
definitely.
So, but Mike, you said you had a scratch on your stomach, right? How recent was that?
Yeah.
Day before
Okay,
yesterday.
well, holy synchronicity, because there's a thread called Ghost Scratches. Anyone ever woke up with scratches on your back, shoulders, and places that you can't even reach? What did you do? Did a ghost do it? How can I tell a ghost to fight me or fuck off? So,
How can I get a ghost to fight me or fuck off? That is a fantastic question.
there's some great thread titles in here. Gang Stalked by Bigfoot.
Man, you really picked the wrong one this week.
I just mostly did it for
Wait, did you say
I mostly did it for the picture. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But the gang stalk by Bigfoot, that's actually, let me get my
Do you want me to read it?
40 hat on. I was just going to say that happens because Bigfoot will follow people and throw stones
Do
at
you want me to read it?
I'd love
It's
for
a
you to read
paragraph,
that
but
one.
it's a 4chan paragraph, so this will get
Oh,
weird.
so
This
it's
will
going
get
to be
weird.
just... It's going to be like that book Fry wrote in Futurama,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now I'm leaving for no reason.
I live out in the country, deep in the sticks in Georgia. For the past 12 years, every night there is banging on my roof, tapping on my windows, scraping noises on the walls outside. Sometimes huge crashing noises and bangs that make me just about shit myself. The whole house shakes.
Wow.
Sometimes I stay up all night and see these huge beasts moving towards my house through the windows. I've managed to see their faces a few times, but they run lightning fast when I turn on the porch or yard lights or shine a flashlight, faster than Usain Bolt. Okay. I tried leaving the lights on at night to keep them away, but they throw rocks at the lights until they break if I do that. It's horrible because...
That tracks.
It's horrible because I can barely sleep and I'm too poor to move. Sex with my wife gets interrupted by all the noise. Sometimes she gets startled by the banging and farts while we're doing it, which kills the mood.
Okay, so frightened farts caused by Bigfoot are ruining your sex life.
So at first I was thinking I was going to do like a gang banged by Bigfoot joke, but now we're just like gang cock blocked
Right, there's
by
more.
Bigfoot.
There's more.
Yes.
Oh, please.
I'm worried because it's gotten worse. I think they want to kill me. They seem like they've started following me to work. If I work late, I'll go out to my truck in the parking lot and sometimes see one messing around with my car. The muffler was torn off once. One broke a window, and I briefly saw it with its arm reaching into the car through the broken window as I left work. The fuckers distract me at work by throwing pebbles at the windows if it's dark enough outside. They also started sending me telepathic messages about how they want me to leave, how I look tasty to them, and how they eat humans they hate. This explains missing 411. I've tried taking pictures, but they always come out fucked up in some way because these hairy blank, I'm obviously censoring here, avoid light and are so quick. Pick-related looks like one I saw staring through my window when I went to get a midnight snack and flipped the lights on briefly. And I'm going to post that picture there for you.
Oh, please do.
I just want to put a little text above his little head that says bonjour.
So this man needs help.
Yeah,
This
there's
is like
this
a
person.
psychotic break.
Okay, and can I point out that this looks like a cardboard cutout of what's her name, Hadako or Hanako or whatever from The Ring, looking in his window.
Sadako.
Sudoku.
Not Sudoku.
Sadako.
Sudoku is looking in his window, and it's.
Wow.
That was
the first two.
I just love that it's giving his wife sex gas.
The first two replies are also him. The first one is, does anyone have any advice? Can Bigfoot be warded off? Can I block telepathic communications from them? And then the second reply is, please help, this is ruining my life.
Medication. I'm just going with, what? Wow. I mean, that's a lot to unpack. Like, at first, I was like, ooh, this sounded a little bit like Ape Canyon. And then it was first off, they're breaking into your car. Stop leaving jack links in your car.
Yeah, I mean,
That's jerky. They're going after jerky and Funyuns and God, what are the little cone things that I like so much, Mike?
Bugles.
Bugles. They're after the bugles.
There's a lot of responses about the farting.
Yeah, no, I can imagine there's a lot of fart talk.
The fart would definitely get some traction.
I mean, come on,
So
man.
it's just like nervous gas, I guess. You just like
Yeah, it scares her and she farts.
Who doesn't fart when they're scared?
Well, I don't remember farting when I ran from that Bigfoot, but I was running too fast.
Oh,
so-
apparently also we now have regular flat Earth general threads on X now. So
Oh, well, there's next week. Right after we get done talking about Whitley Strieber, we're going straight into Flat Earth.
so there you go.
Yeah.
A couple little fun bits.
Yeah, that's great. I love X. I hate X, but I love it for content. So
it's entertaining
it is.
as much as it hurts.
So we actually have two questions, one of which was supposed to have been for last time, and unfortunately we missed it. It's from Man in Black, Eric Queen. Hey, Eric, good to hear from you. And this is relevant to January. He says, with the new year, what do you think cryptids would have as a New Year's resolution?
Do we want to run down all of them, or
No, just, a couple from both.
If it's the Bigfoot from the last story, I think he wants to make that dude's girlfriend fart more. That's probably his goal.
I think...
Ooh, do you think the Bigfoot just wants to watch, and they're trying to help out, but they don't. They think banging rocks on things means something different for them.
I think they're sasscucks.
I was going the other way. Is they want to see him do it, but they get so excited and throw rocks and like, oh, they stopped. Why did they stop? I was throwing the hot get sex rocks.
Oh, it's like clapping for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you burp after a meal in some cultures.
Yeah.
It's like, way to go, well done, good cummings.
Oh, God,
I'm
fuck
throw
you.
the cum
Fuck
rocks.
you for that. Oh.
So cryptid resolution. So Mothman, would Mothman's resolution be to eat more or less ass?
It's just
more.
a sheet of paper that
More.
reads lamp in like very heavy text. Lamp.
Yes. Yeah. And basically, that's just his way of saying, I'm going to invest in GE this year.
So the way to get Mothman to eat your ass is to like have
Blue Canary nightlight shoved in your butt.
I was gonna say kind of like a reverse angler fish and have like a lamp dangling over your butt.
Yeah. Yep. Circle it with Christmas lights and Mothman
you go.
will come. Literally. I think New Year's resolutions, I think the Hopkinsville Goblins resolution would be to be more outgoing. Because, they tried it once, it didn't work, and they're like, you know what, it's time to try it again.
All right. Well, Kevin, I have an important question for you.
Yeah?
What's Enrique's New Year's resolution?
Oh, Enrique's New Year's resolution is to just be the baddest mofo he can.
I think. Yeah.
So he's going on the unattainable New Year's resolution.
Yes, but he's doing it in Samuel L. Jackson style.
I think the Flatwood Monster wants to put on some muscle.
He does have like really scrawny arms. Now he might be jacked under the.
He's got
skirt,
like cum gutters.
Yeah, he never misses leg day, but arm day, it
Moo
doesn't
Moo
happen.
can hide a lot.
Yeah, and I mean he definitely does Kegels because he can control his farts to hover.
So the Jersey Devil, he has a resolution to travel more, but he never just gets around to it.
Yeah,
Something always gets in the way.
yeah, he never leaves Jersey. So
He's like
that's
Charlie and Always
they
Sunny in
shot a-
Philadelphia. Can't leave Philly.
They shot a cannon at him. In the War of 1812.
Did he take it personally?
Well, they didn't hit him, and I don't know how he felt about it. Nobody's ever interviewed him.
Should have tried a canister shot.
Well, again, War of 1812. They had a cannon.
When you
I
have
don't
a
know.
canyon, when you have a cannon, all problems look like things you shoot cannons at.
Yeah, pretty much. So we've got one other question, unless anybody has any other.
No, I think we
ideas.
covered him.
Okay, that's fair. And of course, the Greys are just more anal. That's all they ever.
You know how
should get-
Chick-fil-A has like eat more chicken, core more cow
Yeah.
assholes.
Yep, pretty much. That's it. Those must be delicious. I'm just saying. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it.
I think they use them for more altruistic purposes.
I still think maybe it's like Alien Fleshlights Incorporated is who's doing it. Yeah, it's terrible. So, another question from God Emperor Ghost Forge. Do you think that it is possible to send a message back in time, a la the movie/show Frequency? And do you think it's possible to change history as a result? I've got thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'll go last because
He's gonna shit on
Killjoy.
everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's just gonna dump all over it. So My thing is, I kind of agree with what this one dude said in a special I watched where communication via time travel can only exist from the point the device is created onward. So, like, if you do have a ham radio and you're communicating via ham radio, you can only communicate via that ham radio. Secondly, I don't think you can change the past because history has already recorded that you communicated with the past. You are completing your role in history by speaking to the past. You're not changing anything. You're a puzzle piece.
Yeah, I can see that.
And by communicating into the past, you've locked yourself into predestiny.
You know, we could
David?
go with like the multiverse theory that like you never actually like change the past, you just create another timeline, or it could be like the Futurama episode where they keep going through the loop of the Big Bang and the Great Crunch. Yeah, where they keep going forward through time and they ends up back in the past and everything like that. It could be that. So you could potentially like leave a message in the past of someone else's loop or something like that.
So what you're saying is that the wheel of time turns and ages come and pass.
You stop with the Wheel of Time references. That's two in one episode.
Sorry, you're right.
You have a limit, goddammit.
I'm just saying it's important to us, but probably no one else knows what we're talking about.
That's true. But anyway, yeah, it could be like that. Maybe time does just repeat. Maybe it's a cycle. Mike?
Well, I was going to say the you brought up a good point. Like that is a valid theory about the only being able to send messages back as far as whatever device was created.
Right.
That's a thought, and I use thought as,
Experiment.
Not experiment, but a theory.
Right.
A
hypothesis.
Yeah. But and of course David also brought up the timelines thing, which makes sense. But so you saying the predestiny thing, it's like, well, what if you endeavor to send a message back that you can demonstrably show was never sent back in your timeline? That would just then create a new timeline. Like, say you send a message back to yourself that says, eat more grape nuts. Something you've never, no one's ever told you before, but now.
No one has ever told me to eat more grape nuts.
You get a message from yourself saying that. It's like, well, that's new, obviously.
Sure.
So, therefore, that would be a new timeline. Because you'd branch off from the one that, where you never sent that message back.
Sure.
Or you sent a different message back.
Okay.
Like, eat more Raisin Bran.
Okay.
Yeah. But, the Killjoy answer, of course, is that information can't flow backwards in time because that, like we've demonstrated, has causality problems.
Right.
And really,
this is the whole where did the book originally come from? If you wrote a book and then in
Einstein,
the future you sent it to yourself in the past, then where did the knowledge come? It didn't come from anywhere.
That and
you're basically information being created from nowhere, which causality.
Well, that and just the causality. I can't say causality again because I just said it. But causing something to come into being that was only caused from your time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, it has to originally have come from somewhere.
Yeah. Chicken and egg.
Yeah, we have sat in me and several people have sat in darkened yards into the wee hours of the morning discussing this.
And that was before alcohol.
Yeah, no, we were young people doing this, and we didn't do drugs.
Young and sober.
Sober and weird.
Such a frightening prospect nowadays,
Yeah, no.
being young.
Oh, actually, I'd love to be young again.
You say that now.
Well, my back wouldn't hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have a hole in my neck.
I'd be young and I'd like to be young in body, but not to be that dumb again.
Oh, no.
God, I was so dumb.
We were stupid as hell. So, well, thank you for the questions, guys. I think that's about it for the show this week. Bit of a long one, but, had a lot of news.
That happens.
A lot of tangents. And next week, we will be back with the beginning of the Heavy Hitter Abduction series with Whitley Strieber. I am rereading Communion to refresh my memory, and God, it is still good. So, don't forget, you can find everything you need to about our show at supernatpod.rocks. You can find our Patreon at patreon.supernatpod.rocks. It's all getting easier because of domain forwarding. So, find everything you need there. Join us on the Discord. Consider donating to the Patreon. If you have any paranormal experiences of your own, I've got to get back to a couple of people that have sent in information, and we will see about talking to them on the show. But send your information to us via the contact form on the site. Now, David, do you have anything you want to plug?
No, not particularly.
Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Great.
No, I think my statements stand for themselves. If you put on sock shoe, you are a war criminal.
Wow. Okay, I wasn't going to go that far, but wow. Mike, do you have anything you want to plug?
David's filthy mouth hole.
Oh, damn. This might be the last episode. Holy shit.
Or I'll just have to fly out to California and kick his ass.
Oh, damn, son.
You get out there, it's like, David, where do you live so I can come kick your ass?
It's really nice out here, actually.
It's expensive,
No, we
though.
weird desert people are very scrappy, so you'll be surprised.
You're like a hyena. We're like, Mike's like a bear. You're a hyena. I want to watch this fight. Kind of goes into RG bots territory with that one.
Right.
Man versus bear. Who will win? You decide. All right, guys. That is it for this week. So we will see you next time. Until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
Good night.
How you gonna sit there with one naked foot?
Right?
I mean, hell, I'm just glad I didn't bring up the button and zipper, zip and button. It was just Civil War.
That doesn't get me nearly as bad as the shoe thing.
Actually, yeah, that's something we should discuss as well, because I have strong opinions on
Do
that.
you? Okay. Do you button then zip?
Yes, I button and zip.
So do I.
Yeah, that seems like the...
That's what fucking humans do. I mean, I think
Maybe there's hope for us after all.
I think vampires are the only ones that do it the other way.